Twice a Week podcast, episode 23.
I wanted to do that. That hurt.
Reverse of your other voice that you've been doing.
How do I have to be like in the mood. Twice a week. I can't do it. What did I say to you the other day?
That was Gollum shit.
What were you doing? You're drinking milk.
Episode 23.
Yeah.
That'll
So,
be on the animated short.
anyways, when I was Venmoing you for those scratch offs that we got botched on.
Mm-hmm. You Venmoed me?
Yeah.
Oh.
You never see Venmos.
I don't have
You
notifications.
You never see when you get money. You never see when you need to give money.
I don't. Only way I'll get on
on
the
there?
app
And I
my
get oh shit!
yeah, I'll have the little red dot next to notifications. I'm like, oh, maybe someone gave me money. Nope.
Yeah, I was thinking. Think about the amount of people that send the wrong amount.
Yeah, I've sent.
I mean, it's got to be astronomical.
Oh yeah, and I've sent to the wrong person before.
Right? Yeah, that too.
It's ridiculous.
I wonder how many good guys are out there.
Just send it back.
Yeah.
Not many.
I wonder, see if you can find this, Mason, like the biggest ever like Venmo transaction.
There's got to be a cap.
I wonder, they've got to be.
I bet it's $1,000 cap. Nope. I bet it's a $5,000 cap.
No.
10.
When you sign up for Venmo, your person-to-person sending limit is $299.99.
Per
What?
Per send?
I've gotten 600
Once
over
we
Venmo
confirm
before.
your identity, your weekly rolling limit is 5,000.
Oh. If you're weekly sending 5,000, you need to hire a bookkeeper.
Well, they still haven't fully regulated Venmo as far as like coming after people for taxes and shit for it.
Really?
I wonder what's going to come first, like Bitcoin regulation or
It'll probably
Venmo.
I don't know. I have my Venmo set up now though to where any money that comes to me in Venmo immediately goes to crypto. It like buys crypto because you can do it on Venmo now.
Oh, that's sick.
So it's like
That's super sick.
So probably both at the same time.
Dude, I was listening to this podcast on Jordan Belfort.
Oh, Wolf of Wall Street guy.
Yeah, and he was saying that he thinks the sooner that Bitcoin becomes regulated, the better it's going to be.
Yeah, because it'll get regulated and then it'll skyrocket. I'm
Right.
sure. Or yeah, I bet it'll get more valuable. Depends on like what the regulations are.
Right.
But yeah,
They've got to just be like, what the fuck are we going to do? And he was talking about the amount of like FaZe is one of the people, like he's an influencer who will take these shit coins, promote them, and then get all of their followers, like millions of people to buy that coin. It skyrockets and then they sell.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're all going to go to prison in the future for that. He's like, it's the same, it's the same shit I was doing.
I see people that do that.
Yeah, and there's
And I'm like,
there's
you're
like 5 of
posting
them.
a new one every week.
Yeah, and
Well-
there's like 5 of them that have gotten dropped from there. Like FaZe got dropped like from FaZe Clan, I guess is like his thing. And he's like, they're all gonna go to prison.
I mean, maybe, but if there's no laws, right? If there's no laws written right now when they committed the crime, then what are they gonna get them for? You know, like you can't.
Yeah, I think it's like it's under some type of fraud. What exactly did he say?
Insider
He had a
trading.
term for it.
It's probably just like.
But he's like, it's the same shit I was doing, just with different shit.
yeah.
It's like that. It's illegal.
Yeah, he would buy penny stock. He would buy all the penny stocks, and then he would hype it up to all of his clients. And then as soon as they bought a bunch of it and the price went up, he would sell it.
Right.
And he would go do a bunch of drugs.
Yeah.
I think the problem with the whole
I know.
disgusting. I think the whole thing with like regulating Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is they have to decide what they're going to treat it as. So like it's kind of like a little clusterfuck because it's like if they say yes, it's a currency like the US dollar is, then that's a problem because then there's another currency that's being circulated in the United States, which has never really happened before. You know what I mean? But then they could also treat it as a stock or like as a commodity maybe, but then it's so weird. It's just its own weird thing. It has to have its own legislation written about it itself, because you can't categorize it as like a stock, because it's not a company. There's not like the Bitcoin company out there making money,
Right.
and you like it's kind of hard to categorize it as a currency, just because we're in the United States where the dollar is what.
What is the specific like term for what gold is?
A standard?
Standard.
Yeah. A standard or a commodity. Maybe a
Right.
commodity. Commodity. Maybe.
Because like,
I don't know.
you can buy shit with gold? Can you?
Yeah, but it's
I
not
mean-
it's not regulated. Like if I
Right.
give you 4 gold shillings that I have in my safe for a case of Modelo,
Is it just based off of the weight and like what that's worth at that point in time?
just like Bitcoin. Yeah, the
Right.
reason
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering if they're just
Yeah,
gonna make
it's a
it like
commodity.
gold.
it is a commodity?
Mhm.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Right.
Yeah, because like
But it's just Bitcoin when it. Well, I guess it is backing also the dollar because that's what it's worth.
yeah. And what makes commodities so valuable is you can't fake it. You can't fake gold. Like unless you
Right.
find a stupid person, but like
Right.
you have a bar of gold, that bar of gold can't be like you can't fake it. Like you can kind of
certainly can't fake a fucking Bitcoin.
yeah. That's what I mean. It's you can't fake it, but the drawback with other commodities like gold is, let's say I wanna trade 100 gold bars for a yacht, and the yacht is owned by a guy in Japan. Like I have to somehow get my 20 gold bars to the guy in Japan. Like how do you do that?
Right.
But with Bitcoin,
Can't wire gold.
yeah, but with Bitcoin, it's just as unreplicable as a gold bar, but you can also transfer it immediately.
Right.
That's the beauty of it. Is it's like gold's good for transferring value through time. So gold's gonna be gold throughout time, but it's not good for transfer through space. So
Right.
it's hard to transport gold. But with cash, like debit cards and like cash money, you put that in your bank account, and then you have this electronic system that's very easy to transfer through space, but it doesn't carry wealth through time. Like if I have $100 on a Visa card, 100 years from now, if I go to my great grandkids and say, "Hey, here's a $100 Visa card," it's not gonna be worth anything.
Right.
So it's bad for transferring wealth through time, but it's good for space. But Bitcoin's both,
Right.
and that's why that's the whole hype of it. Yeah, it's like a commodity and a currency. It's weird. It's a cryptocurrency.
Well, I'm gonna take this time to promote Polkadot.
Polka dot.
You guys should buy it.
Yeah, those guys are going to prison. You put them in jail.
This guy is a reason for a 16-cent spike.
Yeah,
We're taking him down.
for 20 minutes. Didn't get on my
sell
phone
it.
and check it, so we didn't sell anything.
Yeah.
Dang it. I wonder how many times that's happened. Like people buy like they do that exact thing and they just forget, or like their assistant, whoever manages their account, just like not paying attention.
Right.
And the spike goes away, and they're just like,
Oh, I'm
It's-
sure.
bro.
Definitely
Fire.
happened.
Yeah.
Probably not a lot though, because they're probably sitting there just like,
Yeah.
all right, when's it gonna happen?
Yeah. Have you guys seen the movie Skin?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
It's about a neo-Nazi young fella.
The young whippersnappers. They're always the most
he's
angsty.
he's a young knucklehead,
Yeah.
really causing a ruckus out there.
Oh yeah.
As those neo-Nazis do.
And his
That's
name
right.
is Babs. This is based off like a legitimate true story. Craziest face tattoos. Actually sick. The actor looked worse without them,
Really?
in my opinion.
Huh.
But it's essentially about like a neo-Nazi who's like in the family. His parents were alcoholics. I think they ended up dying when he was a teenager living on the streets. He got picked up by his new mom and dad, who were like the leaders of this cult. And they became like his parents. Did all his knucklehead debauchery and all this stuff. And he was banging this chick who was also a neo-Nazi, like in the family or whatever.
Mhm.
Not in his family, but you know what I'm saying. And she's like a pretty attractive female. And then the thing that turns him is a morbidly obese white chick who brings her 3 daughters. That was like their gig and how they made money is they were like good at singing and like playing instruments.
Yeah.
And they played a fucking like a set at a neo-Nazi convention. And like some crazy shit happened and he like falls in love with her and then like wants to get out. And he gets out and they go through all this crazy shit and it's a really fucking good movie.
Yeah.
I think I've seen clips from it, and it, like he tries to get out, and they're like are really
They try to kill him.
Yeah, I've seen like clips from it. Yeah, that movie looks good.
Yeah, it just blew my mind the whole like how obese this female was that just got him. That's honestly all I wanted to talk about.
I thought we were going somewhere good with this.
Yeah, we're going somewhere deep.
Yeah, just like I was like, wow, like whatever gets it done.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, wonderful.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's, you know. But I'm serious. Like, he's $1.90.
Yeah.
And she's, you know, $3.20.
Oh my goodness. How big were her daughters? Also overweight?
No.
That's good.
Good looking kids.
Good. Well, there you go. Breaking the cycle.
You know, it's not like there's a couple sex scenes and all missionary, you know, obviously.
Oh boy.
And it's just like she might not be with us anymore, honestly.
Oh my god.
There's like a Lizzo and Amy Schumer in between two pieces of brioche. Was this woman, and he just fucking is all for it, you know.
Golly,
And it's like to each his own, you know.
Yeah.
But like he was with someone his size before.
Did he?
But yeah, I mean, I'm not talking shit or anything.
Maybe the whole movie is just like an underhanded insult to neo-Nazis, like neo-Nazis like fat chicks. That's the whole point of the movie.
That would be perfect. That's a good little
Might
jab.
be. You know, the director might be just like really pissed at neo-Nazis. He's like, I'm gonna make do that fat chick. Like, got him.
Yeah, it's like in the real life story, like the real Babs. It's like she was not fat.
Yeah.
They're like, sorry, man. Do you want the check or not?
Oh, Babs.
Yeah, you should watch it though. The film it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Really good.
When was it made?
The acting's really good. I think like 2020.
Nice.
2016.
2016.
That was always new. I was thinking it was
It's new.
an older gentleman.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
You seen American History X? I'm sure you've seen- Have you seen American History X?
Nope.
Edward Norton?
Nope.
Dude.
I know about some Ed Norts.
It's another neo-Nazi movie, but it's gnarly. There's some gnarly stuff in it. We should watch it. It's good.
Movie?
Yeah. Edward Norton. There's another really famous actor in it too. I don't remember. It's really good though.
Yeah, dude, I'm always looking for shit.
Dude, there's I watched this documentary. It's probably like a month or so ago, which I never ended up getting to finish. I watched it on a plane and I didn't get to finish it, but I really want to finish it. But the parts I watched were phenomenal.
What movie?
It's called the Dissident, and it's on. Remember back in like I guess it was like 2017, 2018. There's that American Saudi Arabian journalist that got like kidnapped and killed by the prince of Saudi Arabia. Dude, holy shit. It was phenomenal. It was, I mean, I didn't even finish it. I still had like 50 minutes to go in it. And like, I didn't find out whatever happened, but it was insane. It was so good. And it basically like outlined, the dude, Jamal, I don't want to say his last name cause I'm going to botch it, but,
No,
he was like
please.
He wore glasses. It was like the journalist guy wore glasses, right? Like a kind of a heavier set fella.
Yeah. And he, but
Dude, you want people to be able to find it.
Jamal Khashoggi.
Okay.
It's not in Japanese.
No.
You did that.
I tried.
No, I
No. Dude, but it was. I want to finish it, and y'all would really like it
It's
because
called The Dissident.
The Dissident, yeah.
And what's it on?
It's
What platform?
Voodoo. Well, that's the only place I can see it. You can probably find other places too. I think it's on.
Voodoo.
Yeah.
I've never heard of
You
that.
heard of Voodoo?
Mm.
I don't have it. I don't think many people have
Voodoo.
it. But VUDU.
Hey, shout out Voodoo. Give us a sponsorship.
Yo!
But yeah, you guys would really like it. I kept when I was watching, I was like, oh, you guys would really like it because it really like it shows how corrupt Saudi Arabia is, and I mean it puts it on the same level as China and Russia, just how much they monetize their own social media platforms.
So we're gonna hate them.
Oh, y'all will go ape shit crazy on it. It is so good though. We need to finish it. We should watch it.
The other thing about Saudi Arabia, I'll probably get killed for saying this. The amount of money that those motherfuckers have, like the royal family over there. Oh,
That oil.
dude, it's so they're unproportionally rich to other rich. Like it's weird how rich they are. And the other thing that makes it kind of like a special situation is like a couple hundred years ago, like it was Dubai was a flat desert. There was nothing. Like it was, it's crazy. And so like all this wealth has come in. No offense to the Saudi Arabian, like the rich people over there, but they don't know. Like when it comes to that kind of money and like that much wealth, like you gotta have generations before you that teach you how to handle that shit. They don't have that, I feel like, and so they're sloppy with it and they do shit like that, like murder people, and they get caught. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's weird because they got so much money so fast, and they don't really know how to handle it.
Well, the crazy thing is too, if you like look at the whole family tree for Saudi Arabian, like their princes and stuff, like Osama bin Laden was a part of the royal family. He was like one of like 50 something kids of the previous king or prince or whatever. And like the connections that they had to terrorist organizations or whatnot, and then how that was influenced by oil, it's crazy.
Well, with like, especially with Islam, they have this whole like, the Muslim Brotherhood thing. And so like what they justify doing stuff like that because they like look at the journalists and they're like, oh, he's going to give out these secrets and he's going to cost us all this money. So he's going against our brotherhood. So we're like justified by God to kill this guy. That's how they look at it. So they don't feel bad about it. And it's dangerous because it's just religious fundamentalism. And Muslims are way more fundamentalist than Christians and than Jews are. I'll say that for sure. And because like I'm a Christian, like I go to a Christian church and everything, but like, yeah, Brantley is one of my best friends in the world, like, and he's gay, and so most Christians like they view homosexuality as bad, but I don't think it's a sin or what. I don't think it's bad at all. And so like I've chosen to like take my real world experience and change my theological beliefs based on what I see in front of my eyes. But with Islam, they don't do that at all. They're terrible at it. Like Sharia law. Like women aren't allowed to walk around by themselves without a burqa. Yeah. And like it's like what kind of person are you to like you know who that woman is that's living in your house, like you know them, but you're still going to continue to like keep up this like bullshit, you know? Yeah. It's weird. And so like I don't know, anyone who's willing to do that is kind of a piece of shit in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's not progressive whatsoever. There's no change. Where I think, most countries, for the most part, or religions, too, they try to adapt with time.
I wouldn't even call it it's not progressive. It's not even like you're a fucking crazy person. Yeah. Like, if you can live with someone like that and, like, you live with them every day and you're going to still, like, be okay with this, you know? Just with my example with, like, my gay friends that I have changed my theological beliefs because of, that's not even as extreme of a jump. Like that's just that's a simple little thing. But when it's like you're literally oppressing all these people that you see every day, but you're continuing to let it be a thing. Like you got to wear a burqa when you go outside. You're not allowed to drive or have a job. Like
they're not even scissoring.
Yeah. If we catch you out here, if your ankles are showing, we're gonna like flog you. Like they beat the shit out of them in public, and everyone's just standing around like, yep, this is normal. Now you're a terrible person. It's ridiculous.
I think that's also because we're so lucky. I mean, we're fortunate to have what we have here.
Yeah, for sure.
For them, that's what they know.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
But yeah, it was fucked. How they killed that dude.
Yeah,
It was so obvious, but no one's ever gotten persecuted for it. Or prosecuted. Persecuted. I'm on my theological rant here. Prosecuted. Well, who's gonna prosecute them?
Yeah.
The world court, you know,
Which
doesn't
the
exist.
U.S. thinks they are.
Well, is. If you want to talk about firepower.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, no one's gonna do anything. Oh, I was talking about this in the tower today. How crazy is it that like there was a board meeting, and they were like, "All right, guys, we're gonna drop these nuclear bombs on Japan. Where are we dropping them?" And like they had to come up with a game plan. Like, all right, we're gonna drop them in Hiroshima, and we're gonna drop them in Nagasaki. And some guy was just like, "All right." Isn't that crazy? Imagine if you joined the military when you were like 18 years old, and then you're 45, 50, and you find yourself in a room, and you're having to pick on a map where like 250,000 people are gonna be incinerated. That's crazy.
Is it like public record who the guy?
No, it was probably
made that call.
It was probably
Or is
like
that
a committee.
a black file.
It was probably a large group of people, but I'm sure we'll never know.
I wonder, like, the exact reasoning.
Well, they also both Hiroshima and Nagasaki were both second choices. They were both the second choice because the original cities they were going to drop them on, the weather wasn't right that day or something. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Those other places don't know who they are.
I doubt it. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Good chance we're going to experience some turbulence today, so instead we're going to reroute our sail.
Dude, that's so fucking psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah,
then
I
there was-
honestly, like, I haven't really read up on any of that shit. Was it just to show a bulge?
Yeah. Well, because the Japanese wouldn't stop fighting because of like their culture, so we dropped one on Hiroshima, and then we're like, well, if we only drop one, they're gonna think we only had one, but if we drop two, then they're gonna be like, oh, how many do they have? You know.
That's some solid logic.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's why we started beef with Russia in the first place, was because we didn't tell them we had that alliance between England, the U.S., and Russia, and we didn't tell them that we didn't tell Russia, but we told England that we had nuclear weapons, and so then whenever we dropped them on Japan, that's why whatever his name was got so mad. What's his name? Stalin. Yeah, Stalin got so mad because he was like, we formed this alliance, but you kept this from us, and so that's where our beef started.
The Cold War.
That's where that was like their origins of the Cold War.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Who was the guy after Stalin before Putin? I always forget his freaking name, dude.
Oh, I know this. He wasn't a czar.
Nah, he was a fat dude. Freaking name. Yeldon.
Lenin.
No. Vladimir Lenin
Vladimir Lenin.
was after Stalin?
Before Stalin.
No, I'm talking about between Stalin and Putin.
Oh, yeah.
Boris Yeltsin. Boris Yeltsin or something like that?
No.
Type in leader. It was Boris Yeltsin or something like that. No, I think him and Putin came to an agreement, and he kind of retired, kind of. I think it was Boris Yeltsin or something shit.
Boris Yeltsin served as the first president of Russia from
Russian
91 to 99.
Yeah, and then Putin took over.
Yeah. But there was leaders in between that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. What were you saying, Mungie?
Oh, yeah, we wanted to talk about this.
Hey, Mason.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yes.
you were in high school at the beginning of 18 months ago when this shit fucking took off.
Shit hit the fan.
Like, what the fuck was that shit? Because I'll say, if this would have happened when I was in high school, best thing that could have ever happened to me. The thought of, like, you can't come to school. I know I couldn't think of anything better. Obviously, it's sad, the bad things that happened. But what was that like, dude?
Dude, it was probably, oh man, it was interesting whenever that like happened, because so it happened literally when our spring break started. So we went to spring break.
Even better.
And yeah, we went to spring break and we're like, oh, this is fun, spring break. And then they were like, oh, you're going to have an extended spring break. And so we were like, oh, 2-week spring break, sick. And then from then they were like, oh, you guys aren't going to come back till like mid-April. And so we were like, and that was like when everyone kind of got an understanding that this was bad.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point we were like, okay, we're not coming back at all. And then it officially came out we weren't going to come back. But that was really interesting because it was, I mean, high school obviously is the time where you're like most social.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, so they kind of robbed you.
yeah. And so it was like you go from doing all these things with your friends, parties, football games, whatever it may be, whatever it may be, typical high school stuff,
Yeah.
to immediately like, oh, you can't hang out with your friends and stuff. I mean, that goes with most people during this whole pandemic, but it was just interesting because that's like what you're supposed to be doing at this age. And then so that, I mean, it was sick because I was like, oh, no schoolwork. And we didn't do schoolwork like the whole rest of the year.
Like, for how long? Like, how many months were you just
not doing, literally from March, like beginning to mid-March to the end of school year. We didn't do any work.
Jeez.
We literally, because I mean, it was the first time our teachers didn't know what the fuck to do, which was sick. We were like, yeah, you guys don't have a clue.
Figure it out.
And so they're like trying to figure it out, and like we use all Google stuff, so they're like making these Google Meets and whatever, and trying to make it as whatever normal as possible, but okay. And yeah, I mean, like they set Google Meet times for a class of 27, and like 3 people would show up. And
were you one of them?
Every once in a while, but for the most part, no.
Well, yeah, I mean, what are they gonna like?
Yeah, I had like a few. I was like, all right, I'll tune in. I actually like this teacher.
Dude,
see how they're doing.
I recently,
Right.
It was so funny though, because we'd just be sitting in front of the camera goofing off.
Yeah.
And what are they going to do
Well,
about
it's
it?
like, well, the teacher's doing it because they were told by the school board that they have to, but they full well know it's not going to fucking get anything done or improve any of
They're
their
getting
students' lives.
yeah, they're
They
gonna
don't give a
paycheck.
fuck if you don't show up for that, right?
Yeah. I mean, there was no one was held accountable if you didn't show up. It was always like, hey, we have a Google Meet at this time. Like, make sure you're on. But they knew damn well.
Well, and there's so
nobody's-
many things like when there's not a pandemic happening, you can be like, oh, my dog died, my grandma died, I'm sick,
Yeah.
I got to take care of something. But you're just like, what do you mean you're mad that I wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Global pandemic. I got fucking people dropping left and right.
Yeah.
I got the sniffles now.
I live with
don't
my
want to send it
grandparents.
through the webcam. Like fucking
Yeah.
I had to leave my house. I'm living under the bridge so that I don't asymptomatically, contribute to this pandemic.
Yeah. It
That's
was
quite the scapegoat there.
And then transitioning from that to last school year, 2020 to 2022 school year, that was interesting because mask or mandate, and so like we had to wear masks at school, which I mean wasn't really not a problem. Everyone wore masks. It was it was weird at first. I remember like the first few weeks it was like, oh, this is so weird. But then it got normal. Everyone got used to it, but still, even the learning last year was so much different because so many of the things that we were supposed to be doing, like we couldn't do. Like we couldn't do group projects because of the scare of.
Was there ever a point where like, like old Jack and Jill, the couple in love, would like not kiss because they would get frowned upon for doing it, or was that still like?
It was, nah.
True.
I mean, it was.
So I didn't get that bad.
It was whatever. Yeah, people they didn't do much about that.
Yeah.
But still, it was like you
Weird.
couldn't really. There is that was the first time they like enforced like a seating chart, and they still enforce it now, so
Yeah.
they could do contact tracing or whatever. So And I mean, dude, this is the thing too. It's so dumb how they had to handle it, because they're like, okay, someone tests positive for COVID, everyone that was 6 feet around them is quarantined, and you're like, okay, well that person,
how respiratory disease works.
That person also who sits next to me in another class, I'm not getting quarantined. You know, it was bizarre.
If you go by that logic, then every person on the planet has to be quarantined. Like
exactly.
if it's 6 points of contact is every person on the planet. That's a true fact.
Yeah.
And I guess their thought was that the more it branches out, the less likely you are susceptible to getting the disease.
That's ridiculous.
But still, it was like, yeah, well, this person that got COVID, everyone that was around him, my homie, who I sit 3 class periods besides, just got quarantined because one of his other classes, he sits by someone that just got tested positive, but I'm not going home.
Yeah, shut the fucking school down for longer if that's how you're going to.
And I never got quarantined. Like, I never got quarantined.
So what is it like now? Like, what's the... So you don't have to wear a mask at school now, right?
You're not... Yeah, it's not enforced.
It's not enforced.
Not enforced.
Good. What is the percentage, you would say, of people mask to no mask?
Probably around 50-50. And it's interesting... I know we were talking about this the other night a little bit.
Sorry.
Disgusting. But it's interesting that the minorities are more the ones that are wearing masks.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
I wonder why.
I think it's
because they don't have health care.
They don't either have health care or they don't have...
I think they get slapped harder.
They don't have the financial means to, get themselves taken care of if they possibly got it.
Which is unfortunate, too, because what that's doing is, like, it's causing them to have more resentment for white people because a lot of white people aren't wearing masks.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, oh, you're just not wearing a mask, and, like, you're just exercising your white privilege, and you're putting my life at risk, and, like, I can't afford to catch this disease.
In the words of Shane Gillis, if you got white privilege, you might as well use it.
It's terrible.
Well, I mean, it's just like...
Yeah.
He's like, it's racist for no reason.
Oh, my.
You gotta use it, man.
We're gonna die.
You gotta use it. If you don't use it, no one gets to have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, kids still wear. Some kids still. I'd say it's a good 50-50. Kids still wear masks, and it was interesting too. Whenever the Delta variant got big, like almost a month ago now.
That was a fucking joke, by the way. I was quoting a comedian.
You're still worried about it.
Just for clarification.
Just making sure. You gotta fucking use it.
Nah, it's okay.
I don't have white privilege. I have tattoos on my fucking knuckles. I get looked at like anybody else. Fuck.
No, you're good. Eddie, we're going to have everything we've ever said taken out of context at some point in our life.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah. No one cares.
Yeah. Just, cops don't like me either. Just last point.
Yeah, you got slammed.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been slammed before for no reason. Anyways.
Racism. I was going to say earlier, I took a continued education course for real estate 2 days ago, and it was like a webinar because it's weird because like some of our classes have been in person and like some of them haven't been because I guess like some of the teachers are scared of COVID and some are over it. But the webinar ones, like I was with another realtor and we just muted our microphones and blanked our cameras out and just let them speak, and then we just sat there and talked and shot the shit. It, like, didn't learn anything. It's like, this is ridiculous. Like, you can't do that. Like, you're physically unable to learn as much as you could just sitting in a classroom, I feel like.
And that's exactly how I was whenever the whole shebang kicked off, because I was like, I wasn't learning anything, and like everyone knew that.
Yeah.
Teachers knew that. My parents knew that. We didn't do any work. I turned in the same assignment for like math class for like different subjects. I just turned the same thing in, and I still got hundreds.
You know, it would be very interesting to see.
Hell yeah.
The next 3 years.
Play the system.
The next 3 years, look at ACT scores based on like states. So like, I wonder if your class's ACT and SAT scores, I wonder if Florida's will be higher or lower than New York and California because the states that shut down harder. So then that'll be solid proof of like if Florida and Texas and Georgia are all higher than, California and New York, all Vermont, whatever, then that'll be solid proof that like sitting in a class is more effective than online learning. But if it's vice versa, then it'll be like, oh, well, online learning can be more effective or just as effective.
It's almost like that comparison isn't even like able to be properly studied.
Well,
because like their online, or when it was initially shut down, their online learning was like obviously just not learning at all.
Depending on who's running the government, that study won't be allowed to happen. I guarantee it.
Yeah,
because that's a valuable study. If the Democrats
it's cool to see.
If the Democrats are running the country, when that data comes to be available, it'll be manipulated. If it's not in their favor,
right?
Which vice versa, I don't know. Who fucking knows? No one knows.
It's interesting.
Data doesn't mean anything anymore. Like,
unfortunately, yeah.
God,
it's true.
Unless you go do it yourself with your own fucking hands, it's like
It's interesting too how much like now I'm like anytime I see any fact or whatever, I second guess the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Because I don't. And it's unfortunate because that's like I remember now like when you just go back even like 2 or 3 years ago, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I believe it. But now I don't.
Yeah.
Anything I see, I'm just like,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure, whatever.
It's ridiculous.
But I'll say too, the thing about COVID in school is how lazy it made students. And I mean, I guess I'm lucky to have like
not be lazy.
Not be lazy.
You're not lazy.
Be more driven and I guess outgoing in certain things. But like so many kids I know have gone from last year fully virtual. Okay, so that was the other thing. They provided you could either do virtual school through the state.
Mm-hmm.
You could do at-home learning. So you were doing it through a webcam that was in the classroom.
Yeah.
But you weren't actually, you were at home, or you could be in person. And I did in person all year because mom ain't raised no bitch. And, but also, also that like, kids now that were at home learning or doing virtual all year long, they're like, I don't want to come back. Mm-hmm. And so now they're doing virtual school, and I know they're learning nothing, and they have no drive whatsoever. They're on their ass all day long. Mm-hmm. So that's, I think, definitely an unfortunate thing that.
Oh, I have people like I have family members that haven't left their house. They have not stepped outside since January 2020. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably astonishing how many people that's the case for.
Yeah, and it's like what are these people's view of the world? Like they have not gone outside and like looked at the world, like and gone to Walmart and seen like, oh, people are kind of normal still. Like, like they just see Twitter and like what like they see they get on Fox or CNN or whatever the fucking bullshit you read is, and they just see like the worst of the worst.
And then you think they're the weirdest, but then you fucking are driving on the road, you look to your left, and there's a person by themselves in their car wearing a mask.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's insane how I still see that.
Yeah.
In Florida.
Mm-hmm.
This lady turning into our neighborhood, though. I know she's not an Uber driver.
No. It's ridiculous.
It's like, save yourself from yourself.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't like the whole.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's fucking stupid. We've got how many years have humans been on this planet, and we've been okay without masks the whole time? How many years?
I think they're saying
at least 400.
I think they're. Aren't they saying over like 30,000 years now? They keep finding shit. That's like we've been here for way longer than we think.
Dude, I don't know, man. Whenever Jesus came down here and made us.
6 million years is what I got.
Whenever Muhammad.
6 mil?
6 million years we've been here?
That's what it says here.
Oh. We must have found some extra stuff since yesterday.
Well, you better wear your mask when you go to Walmart or we're wiped out.
We're going to fucking, we're all going to perish.
Yep. Go get your shot.
It says,
that senile fuck on CNN saying, I don't know if we can gather for Christmas again this year.
Geraldo?
Fauci.
Fuck. Yeah.
You know Geraldo? That guy's ridiculous.
Dude, I think he just said that again.
What? No. He said don't have Thanksgiving with your family. He said have a virtual Thanksgiving.
No, I don't know if that's what he was saying. There's a recent video of him like making an announcement, and it's like it has 79,000 dislikes on YouTube and like 400 likes.
You remember that episode of SpongeBob where Plankton
That gives me hope.
Yeah, Plankton comes home and he's like, or his computer wife's like, "What do you want for dinner?" And he's like, "Meatloaf," and it's like the holographic meatloaf.
Yeah,
that's gonna be Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Took a long time to set up that joke. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's good.
That's why I don't do stand up.
That's why we sit down.
We do sit down comedy.
Yeah.
The sitcom.
It's a sitcom.
I wonder if we could. Oh, we have story blocks. Let's add some laugh tracks.
Yeah. Yeah. We should start doing
We have
that.
Jake.
Yeah, it'll really help our viewership.
Yeah. Fuck.
These
Sorry,
just start to
guys.
fly by.
This wasn't a funny one.
We're dressed up.
The one last week, I know you guys laughed at. But some informational stuff about what happens in high schools during pandemics.
Did you shave your legs?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
See,
You got
Mama
some?
raised a bitch over there.
Shave your legs.
You got something to say about it?
No, I just saw it and I was like, huh.
Yeah. You don't like it?
No, it's just funny that you shaved your legs.
Why is it funny?
You plan to go? Are you planning to go swim a race soon?
Why is
Makes
it
you
funny?
more hydrodynamic.
Wait, why is that funny?
Yeah, why is it funny, Mason?
Yeah, why is it funny, Jake?
I think it's funny how everyone notices, like when a dude has a shaved body appendage in any way, like your eye is drawn to it for whatever reason.
I'm just giving you shit.
Yeah.
I need to shave. I got a trimmer finally.
You see how much better the tats look?
They do look a lot better. It's like
it's for vascularity though.
it's like 720 to 1080.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm going for.
Hell yeah.
For veins and tats.
Do you grow hair on your knucks?
An absurd amount.
Really?
I dislike hair. Hence why I've shaved my asshole since I was 14.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't like hair.
I just finally, it's like to the point. And like I shave my pubes and then I have like immense leg hair.
Oh, all right.
And so I have like inner thigh bush that's like my hairs like are crowding my nut sack, but my nut sack is shaved, but it's like my nuts are hairy because my leg. And I've done it a couple times before, and now I'm just like I'm completely done. Like I'm done with hair.
Mm-hmm.
When I have the money, I'm going to literally laser myself from head to toe.
Yeah,
I dislike hair very much.
I agree.
That being said, ladies and gentlemen, like and subscribe so we can then pay for.
Damn it!
We can pay for Jace to laser his skin.
Yeah, that's all I really care about. Oh, I got December 14th at 11 a.m. I have my appointment for my nips.
Oh, did you get permission
But it's a pre-op. Wait, permission?
to film?
Oh, no.
Did you ask?
No, not yet. I'm going to ask at that appointment December 14th at 11 a.m.
I'll film it. Or I'll come there and.
And then my operation will probably happen January. So 2021, start off the year probably as a new certified personal trainer.
2022.
2022. And start off the new year, a certified personal trainer and new nips. Definitely shaved legs, never going back.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's going to be good.
It'll be a good year.
It's gonna be
2022.
good. 2022 is going to be a good year.
2022.
Comeback season, baby.
Yeah,
Come
for
back.
sure.
Yeah, 2020. Everyone got a breather. Went inside, chilled for a minute. 2022, we're coming out hard.
We're coming out so hot, dude.
Gosh. What would have happened, do you think, if just we completely ignored COVID? Completely ignored it. You think more people would have died or no?
Yeah.
How many more you think?
I don't know.
I don't know. Really.
I do think a lot of more people would have died.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you could also think that maybe more people would have become just naturally immune to it, and it just by this point it would have become
Right.
a
I
part
bet
of our
now,
yearly cycle.
I bet right now no one would be wearing masks. And maybe there would be less obese people on airplanes.
Yeah, I'm curious, dude.
It's not all bad.
Such a weird time we're living in. The end times, as
The
every
end
religious
times.
person says. Always.
Dude, who knows? Like, I was talking about this with Jake. It was like this is gonna become normalized at some point, right?
What?
Like just like this respiratory virus. And Jake was like, yeah, hopefully it just becomes like where the COVID vaccine is a flu vaccine. And I'm like, yeah, hopefully, because the flu vaccine isn't fucking mandated on people.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a pill now. COVID pill.
What?
Yeah, it's by MERCK. Is their stock handle?
Merc. Just gonna fucking.
I bought some of their stock. It's like, it's just a pill you take, and I guess you can't catch COVID if you take this pill. Yeah.
So
Weird.
it's more effective than the vaccine?
I didn't research it. I just know my brother sent it to me, and he's like, "Hey, check this out." And I looked at it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy some
Damn,
stock."
I'm gonna buy some of that shit.
Oh. So, I don't know.
Huh.
MERCK.
Who knows, dude? This time next year. Who knows?
Well, yeah. I mean, what's stopping someone from just like making a supplement powder and just saying this, just putting on there, this might reduce your risk of catching COVID, and then selling it?
Yeah.
Because it might, me slapping you on the knee.
Yeah, and if it's a supplement, like fitness supplements,
I
doesn't
know.
have to be regulated.
Yeah, hey, cut this part out, okay?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, for
shit.
sure, for sure. Let's go, dude. I've been thinking about making a pre.
COVID-9 preed.
COVID-9 preed. Yeah.
Ridiculous. All right. I'm sick of it, and I think everyone is sick of it.
Yeah. I think they are too. And you know what we could do?
What?
We could make a promise right now from this point forward to never speak of it again.
Yeah, let's just stop talking about it.
Let's never talk about it again.
Yeah. You know what? I want to say one more
I'm
thing.
glad we unwrapped the
It's not a-
the high school thing though.
yeah, I'm glad we
But-
talked about that.
Yeah, yeah.
This isn't
Go
about
ahead.
COVID.
Okay, yeah.
You know Mitch McConnell. You know who Mitch McConnell is? I just
want
want
to.
to.
Yeah, he looks like a frog.
Yeah.
Toad.
He's the Republican majority. He's the majority leader in the House.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that guy married a lady in 1993. He was still old as fuck when he married her. Her name's Elaine Chao, and both of her parents are very wealthy Chinese business people. So I just wanted to say that. But yeah. This is...
Yeah, in classic twice a week fashion.
Yep.
Fuck the Chinese Communist Party.
Yep, do your research, and that guy's writing a lot of our legislation. Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
Okay. Yeah, time to look into that, everybody.
Yep.
That's really important. Yeah, like and subscribe. That's great. Super good. Oh, I guess we got to put up the button, huh? The subscribe button
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
baby, that's on you. That's
on
not
our
me.
vids. That's on us.
Where's it going to be?
What do we not pay?
It's going to
for?
be it's going to be down there somewhere in this general area.
Bottom
right
left?
here. It's going to be over here. Yep. Wait. It's either going to be over here or over here.
Just throw it
Jake
back
and I were
forth.
doing it in yoga yesterday. The energy ball.
Give it to me.
It's gonna go right here. And I'm gonna pass it.
Pass it.
Oh, got ya. And just nut. Okay.
Aw.
Yeah, like and subscribe. We love you guys. We're fucking twice a week.
And don't be fat.